Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren and today I am looking at a video by Corridor Crew. This one is about an invention that made Disney millions, but then they lost it. I have seen a few I've seen a few videos by Corridor Crew before, but I don't think I've seen anything from this channel. For this channel. I've seen Corridor Crew, but nothing for this, I don't think. We'll find out when I go to make a playlist, but in any case, I don't know, I think it's interesting. The very first thing is like a chapter in this is called Green Screens Suck, and I'm like, yeah, kinda. Like, I mean, I got this guy, and it's kind of like, look at my little green, look at my little hand, it's all green, and like, you can't wear green, and it's like, I've got some cute stuff that I would like to like wear, but I can't. And and like the lighting has to be just right. It's all so finicky. So I'm curious to see what is this thing that they could have had and what we could do and what they don't do any longer. Let's begin.
Effects in old movies were better. Do you ever feel like visual effects in old movies were better? What if I told you that wasn't just nostalgia speaking?
I think it depends on I think it depends on the movie. Because, like, where they, like, started, anytime where they're, like, driving and, like, they got the film or whatever going in the background, that's pretty bad. But there are there's some uncanny valley stuff that happens these days.
Back in the 1960s, Disney invented a technology that was in many ways superior to the green screen. But that tech has long since been forgotten. And what if I told you that we found a way to recreate it? Being able to layer one moving image over another is the fundamental building block of visual effects. Every single crazy effect shot from every movie you love relies on this basic core technique. And the primary way we do that is with green screen or blue screen. But there are lots of problems with green screen, even in this modern era. You can't film blurry or transparent things. You can't wear clothes that are the same color as the screen. And the spill of the color oftentimes ruins footage. If I want to make a movie about a clown wearing all the colors of the rainbow getting married on Mars, I can't. That bothers me. If I could get my hands on an invention that didn't have any of these issues, it would be like a filmmaking superpower. It would be like magic.
Do you really think so?
What's special about that hat?
It's transparent.
It's transparent.
It's transparent.
I thought the stuff I was seeing on screen was impossible. They're keying a veil. They're keying salt, smoke. They're even wearing blue and green clothes. This movie from 1964 broke every rule.
This, I will say, yeah, Mary Poppins did a good job. Like Mary Poppins, Who Framed Roger Rabbit also, I feel like, did a really good job of integrating real people and, like, I hadn't even, okay.
Of chroma keying, and they did it all without computers. So how do they do it? To explain the science behind the magic, we are joined by Dr. Paul Debevic.
The sodium vapor process. Instead of a blue screen or a green screen, they used what was sometimes called a yellow screen. It was a very specific spectrum of yellow made from a low pressure sodium vapor light that puts out one wavelength of light at 589 nanometers. Because it's just one wavelength, and because of how dichroic filters work, you can actually block just that one wavelength or let just that one wavelength go through. So the magic of the sodium vapor process
that's cool.
They used a beam splitter prism so that the light that comes through the lens gets split onto two strips of film at the same time. The sodium vapor wavelength of 589 nanometers reflects out this way, and all the rest of the spectrum goes through and can expose a color image of the actor.
Oh, that's
exactly
cool.
What you need to get your map. What's kind of magical about it is that you can block that one wavelength of yellow without messing up all of the other colors. In that scene, there's no matte lines. He's motion blurring, he's dancing around. The compositing is impeccable.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You couldn't have gotten such great blur over the alpha channel with a green screen or a blue screen.
It seems too good to be true. Why are we not still using this technology today?
Yeah, really, what gives? Because they were never able to replicate prism.
What?
I've read that Disney was only able to produce one prism. Is that true?
They had to join two pieces of glass and then have layers of material with different indices of refraction. It's a very custom job, and it would probably cost tens of thousands of dollars at a minimum.
They can afford it, it's Disney, but the fact, if they only managed to do it once, and honestly, tens of thousands of dollars, it's like, maybe it would cost a minute, but then they're not going to be in trouble for, like, what the way they treat their visual effects artists, but also it's like they can freaking afford it. They're Disney. But, like, They only ever managed to do it once for Mary Poppins. Wow.
Apparently there were 3 of these ever made, and also we don't know where any of these prisms are today.
And that means
Ask Julie Andrews.
I'm never going to get to answer this burning question I have. Is sodium vapor better than green screen? The science, the physics, they all tell me it is. But because the prisms have been lost to time, I'm never gonna get to realize my dream of a clown getting married on Mars. And then one day, I got a message from Paul Debevic. He had done what I thought was impossible. He had recreated Disney's magic prism, and he needed somebody to test it out. This will be the first test of the sodium vapor process in over 30 years.
Whoa!
I guess this is like our hello world of sodium vapor matting. We've got
There
a
it is.
color image and our
that's
sodium vapor
cool.
image there.
There it is. Look at that.
That's the idea.
It's working.
The first thing you need are some sodium vapor lights. So thankfully they still make the bulbs. Eventually, after we've had these on for 10 minutes, they'll start glowing that color.
I think it's working.
And then we've got a couple
Oh my god, well, I mean, like 10 minutes, that's a long time for that warm-up speed to happen, but that's so cool.
of LED lights here that are going to illuminate the actor. Sodium vapor mats. Woohoo!
Oh my god, because like, I will just say, the integration in Mary Poppins of the animated and people were so good. And again, they did a good job in Who Framed Roger Rabbit too. But like, there's been a lot of movies where they like try to integrate very like animated creatures and humans, or sometimes it's just plain old CGI and humans. It's like, and it's bad, and it's bad. So if they could do something like this and make it so that it looks seamless, that would be so good.
Hey, pretty sweet. How is this working? How did Paul Debevic manage to resurrect Disney's lost prism? Well, with a deep understanding of the science of light and a little bit of creativity.
I'll do a beam splitter, but I'll just do a regular beam splitter like this beam splitter, and then we'll filter the light after it comes out of the prism.
Paul recreated the physics of the sodium vapor process, but he did it with all off-the-shelf components. Instead of a custom beam splitter, he used 2 filters. And instead of 2 strips of film, he just used 2 cameras. If you ever think your rigs are janky, they're all janky. For the first time ever, my dreams are within my grasp. Want to know what's within your grasp? A beautifully designed website, thanks to our sponsor, Squarespace. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, or dreaming of starting something new, Squarespace is your canvas. Building a unique online presence has never been easier, thanks to Squarespace Blueprint, their new guided design system that lets you choose layout and styling options tailored to your business. And thanks to their optimized SEO tools, you'll show up in more searches and get discovered fast. Good luck to whoever's going to key this footage. Offer your customers a seamless checkout that accepts credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and in eligible countries, Afterpay and ClearPay. There's no way this is going to get chroma keyed. With Squarespace's Fluid Engine, creativity knows no bounds. Start with a template and then make it entirely yours. Drag, drop, and design your heart out on any device. So what's stopping you? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/CorridorCrew to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. With Squarespace.com, your dream is just a click away.
Look.
All right, now let's find out what I'm going to do with all these hard-to-key clothes. Paul, I would like to tell you about this character. Every time I approach a production company with it, they're like, no, can't do it, it's impossible.
Okay.
And it's a story about a clown that's trying to get married.
You look so dumb.
Me? What?
Look, I've heard big things about this magic crystal, okay? But this is ridiculous. That's impossible to key. Look at that. I hate to break it to you, but this video is gonna be a disappointment.
JC, feel free to come on out.
It's my wedding day.
Oh my God. That would be difficult to key, wouldn't it?
It would. I forgot to mention that the clown's getting married on Mars, hence the need to replace the background.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think this is going to be fantastic.
Now I suppose we should clean up the lighting.
Yeah, kill all of the full spectrum lighting.
We need that one covered.
Yeah.
I need to cover one of the skylights so that we don't have all this like daylight spill coming in. And my dress is like Marilyn Monroeing right now. Keep this side down.
Why did I even her do it?
It's the best.
In her costume? Like in costume and makeup, in full costume and makeup, they're also making her do lighting stuff. It's like, come on. You should have let her do that when she was still in her jeans.
So as you can see right now, we're spending a lot of time getting these flags up because what we don't want to have happen is we don't want the sodium vapor light to be hitting JC at all, because then it's going to be basically turning her transparent.
So this is a spectral light meter. It tells you the spectrum of the light. For example, this light here, that shows it's LED light that's made out of red, green, and blue LEDs to make the color white.
Cool.
I can also take it and put it in front of the sodium vapor lights. There is our sodium vapor spike at 500.
Oh, that's cool.
So let's see if there's any sodium vapor light hitting hitting our subject. Mostly good, but if I look closely here, I can see a tiny little blip. See that tiny little blip of sodium vapor?
Yeah. Science.
We're very close, but we're getting a little bit of side spill on her, and we're just cleaning that up here. If we're the first ones to do this in like 30 years, I want to do it right, you know?
It went down.
Nice.
That should be better.
Looks like we almost have a perfect mat. I guess the only thing left to do is to shoot it.
Maybe we should shoot.
Cool, go ahead and roll the cameras.
This is cool.
The clown is looking for the groom. Uh-oh, there's aliens behind you. Maybe turn around, wave at the aliens. I want to get one shot of myself as well. Wearing my green hoodie, which I refused to take off.
And hopefully the sodium vapor process lets us do something.
Nico, I want to see you do some head banging. I want you to throw that head around.
Okay, I have done something with this channel recently, but I think it was for Chicanime. So we'll see if this one gets blocked, because there's been at least one that I tried to do from them before about like Attack on Titan stuff, and I think it got blocked. You get dizzy?
That would be the hardest green screen shot. That would be so hard to do on a green screen.
And cut. Dude, this is gonna be as successful as Mary Poppins.
Oh my God, wow.
Paul's research has been super influential on me. To get to work with him on an experiment is super, super cool. I hope this works. All right, let's take a look at what we got. Here's what our color footage looks like. And if I look at the sodium vapor shot, wow, it looks pretty good. Let's see what happens if I take that and turn it into a black and white transparency mask. Wow. This should work really well. But before I try pulling a transparency key here, I need to also try this with green screen to do a true comparison to know if this is better. I'm using all the tricks for perfect green screen that I've acquired over the years. Lights with a hint of green on them, lights on Jordan with a hint of magenta to cancel out the green spill from the green screen. I'm going to do my best to light this green screen and shoot it as good as I can. All right, hi, you're on Mars, wave to us, the audience. So we all know that sodium vapor should give scientifically better results. But green screen tools have had years and years and years to mature. I can start pulling in the thickness of that mat, but while the dress starts to come back, the veil now has these ugly lines. I can try to close the holes in the dress using a different tool here, but it patches up the holes in the veil. There's just no way to handle the range of greens here, and for green screen tools to know what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep.
Oh no.
Yuck.
Destroyed.
Actually not that bad.
Be honest, did you do your best with the key?
I did. The issue is I can't get the transparency of the veil and like the slightly off green dress. In fact, the only way you could do a shot like this is to go in and cut out all these different sections by hand and have a bunch of patchwork different solutions in the image. If the sodium vapor process is superior,
that would take forever. No thank you.
it won't have any of these issues. All right, so it's time to try the sodium vapor process, to do the composite and see if it works. Here we have JC, and here we have our background, right? And the way we're going to do this actually mirrors the way they did it on film back in the day. So the thing is, if you just take two pieces of film and you layer them over each other, you end up with a double exposure. You need something called a holdout mat. That leaves a hole for you to simply add your other image on top. So we're gonna take our background and we're gonna subtract the mat. And we're gonna take our foreground and we're gonna subtract everything that isn't the mat. Now we take our background and our foreground and we simply add them together.
Yoink.
Honestly, I'm really excited to see this because it felt like we were doing one of the coolest, most high-tech things we've ever done. And I would love for this to pay off.
Here are the results.
I want it to work.
And I'll let you guys be the judge.
Whoa! Oh! Damn!
Wow. That's wild.
Dude, it's Mary Poppins.
This is amazing.
It's incredible.
Wow!
No, you dog! Water! He's drinking water on Mars! This is my favorite one. The water is just such a flex.
Okay, because like, look, I will show you. Like, if I try to pour, like, it doesn't, like, it makes things very difficult, honestly. When it comes to the edit, it would make things difficult to actually do anything with this. Like, also, because, like, look, the glass is also, it disappears. It is weird, because I've tried to do things before where it's like, I've, like, cheers, you know, to the camera on various thumbnails, and, like, especially, like, it just gets weird. It just gets weird fast.
Check out the motion blur.
Oh, the hands. Oh.
Wow.
The motion blur drops the color exposure correctly on the background right there. Turns it red.
Oh, correct.
Oh yeah, see? Do you see when I like move my hand, like when I do that, it turns green? Like you can see the green in there. That's not what we're looking for.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Dude, those little tiny hairs on top, oh my
Yes.
God.
And I didn't have to do any work.
You didn't
Like-
have to tweak your like white clip, black
No.
clip.
Like you can see like it on, again, on my hair. Like if I, you can see it kind of like shift green in places. And I'm like, it's not, it's just brown. But like, you can see the difference. You can't, like, that's kind of fun.
I hate that
D-spill bias?
No, there's no spill.
What about your edge feather?
No edge feather, no D-spill, no messing with gamma of your mat, no thresholds, no restoring fringe, no cleaning the blacks, no cleaning the whites, nothing.
You just turn it on.
You just turn it on.
Wow.
Good job, good job.
That is amazing.
So I just got the opinion of everybody at Corridor, but I need to get the opinion that actually really matters.
Oh, wow. You're zooming in on it. You are not afraid of your matte lines. That was clearly exactly what needed to be filmed to show off this technique.
Exactly.
What about a volume? Couldn't you use a volume?
In today's age, when you can just go and shoot on a volume with an LED screen, is sodium vapor worth pursuing?
In practice, a lot of those in-camera backgrounds will get replaced.
So it seems like we're still in a world where we need to be able to cut out backgrounds and put people on new things.
Yeah, flexibility in post-production is incredibly valuable. One thing that you're noticing is like compositing tools are getting better because they're starting to have a bit of machine learning inside of them. Machine learning needs training data. The question is, where do you get all that training data? There is no perfect, easy compositing technique. And I thought this would be a good way to do it.
So sodium vapor is another one of those essential
I will say, like, that is one of those things that, like, whenever I'm making the thumbnails, it is very like, it might look fine from like further away, but when I zoom in on stuff, it's just like, ugh, it's rough. It's rough. Especially like the little things, like getting like in between the like this bit where like my hair doesn't quite cover it, between the holes, or if like a hand is up, you know, like getting the creases between the fingers. Those you see the blur is so bad. It's rough. It's really, that stuff can be really tricky to edit around, and that's for a still photo, not even, that's just Photoshop. That's not even specific like motion things.
steps in this progress towards having perfect transparency for compositing and visual effects then.
Absolutely. It is the gold standard, the yellow standard.
Well, Paul, thank you once again for joining us here on the Corridor channel.
Oh, that fucking thing. I hate that. I like the shirt though, but it's like that. I hate it when I get that particular error in Adobe. It's like, it took me a second to be like, wait a minute, is that? It is.
If you like these deep dives into classic visual effects technology, along with industry experts talking about it, you'll definitely love our Abyss video, so go check that out. And yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Great to see you. Glad you could come by. This was fun.
This is a great time.
Totally. Totally.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. I don't know if anyone else is going to enjoy that. Like, but this is the kind of video that I'm like, oh my God, yes, I understand what you're talking. It's like, this is cool. It's like, it's stuff that I've done kind of before. It's stuff that like fascinates me, and it's like right up my alley. And I'm like, I don't know if anyone but me is going to be interested in this video. Oh man. I hope other people are interested in this. I mean, like, obviously some people are. The video from Corridor Crew is over 3 million views, but I mean, like, I hope people here are interested in it because I find it fascinating. So I hope you liked it. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and let me know and we'll see what I can do. Like I said, I've done a few videos from them on the Chicanime channel, but there were some issues, and that might have been because it was Attack on Titan and they used clips from Attack on Titan, and Attack on Titan is like notoriously difficult. Like, a lot of anime is really, really difficult to get past copyright. So I hope this is okay. If Corridor Crew sees this, good job in the video. I really enjoyed this. This was so much fun. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.